Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the collective. Welcome back because I'm expecting some recurring viewers. We took a little bit of a leave of absence yesterday. I'm just kidding. No, we couldn't stream yesterday. The mics were really messed up. That's why we didn't do a stream yesterday. We're back at it today. 2 minutes late on starting the stream, but that's fine. I like to start it right at 9:30, but we usually don't do any of our trading until past 9:45 anyway. That's almost a guarantee that we don't do any till then. So we could go through analysis. That's what we'll do. We'll go do the analysis for today. We'll do a little recap of what happened tomorrow. If we would have been live streaming, which I think yesterday. Jeez, I'm like upside down right now. Do a recap of what happened yesterday, which is a very unfortunate day, at least for me, not for Graydon there. I just had a questionable move that hit something to the tick. But yeah, so overnight, if I were to pull up the 4-hour chart on both ES and Q and just kind of shift it a little bit there. For the sake of my annotations, I have a lot, but I guess the live stream doesn't need to see all of them. Okay, so from Friday last week, we have this failure swing at all-time highs, but more importantly, this very large dealing range, right? What am I drawn to on this? Okay, well, I like to mark out the quadrants, I guess, because there's 4. The upper premium, so the extreme premium, the premium, equilibrium, the discount, extreme discount, right? So I'm watching and monitoring prices. We're trading through those. And I mean, I guess I would also be very interested in this new week opening gap, right? So opens up the week, is hesitating right around that equilibrium, kind of reaches up premium, drops back down into that new week opening gap. Okay, cool. And with this wick, we see the rejection, runs back higher, trades to the extreme premium. Within that extreme premium, you see us form this SMT. Now, that's something I want to really pay attention to, because yesterday that framed a really good trade and it was a good move direction-wise. Now we get this displacement, right? We're taking out Tuesday's low. So trading yesterday, it was like a 300 and some point move to the previous day low, which was right here. And then we see overnight session, Asian session, London, trade lower, putting in a swing low at Tuesday's low. Now, the way I want to pick apart the market right now, this is the manipulation. This is a expansion leg. Taking the sell side is nothing but a means of rotation back to this upside to then rotate down there, right? So that is my retracement, right? What happens after you take sell side? Well, you can consolidate, you could reverse, and you could retrace, or you displace through it, I guess. But I'm expecting this one today with all the overlapping bearish confluences to be the retracement, then to sell off to the previous weekly sell side, as that's my target. More importantly, all about holding the same importance to the previous week sell side is the fully filled October 10th to 12th new week opening gap. So this week's new week opening gap is very, very clean. I think we need to go down to the lower time frames now. And I think Graydon has the same bias as me.
Yeah, I want to see that unfilled 4-hour get traded to. It actually just got traded to on YM.
Okay, so
we do have a P or a SMT.
I could mark that out.
I'd prefer to just see that and then see if we're going to see lower, get it now. Because we had such a large move, like off the Tuesday's low, we had almost a 400-point move. So I don't want to see us stay up in this area for long if we're going to get the move lower.
What do you think about us? What do you think about us trading to the wick on the 4-hour, that 10 a.m. wick from Wednesday, equilibrium, or just constant encroachment? Yeah, we trade back up into it right now.
I mean, sure.
Well, you could use it as something like that.
You could. I've never used that before. But
so when I was talking about we take the sell side and then we get back up higher, we're getting right back into equilibrium, which is this range here. And then I guess I've already got it marked out on ES here, and ES is at its equilibrium. They both have this unfilled 4-hour, but it is a premium 4-hour. That's kind of why I was drawing out that wick. People could use these. Oh, we close below there, right? That's your displacement trading back into that wick. Going to mark out the constant encroachment because it is the mean of the wick. So in theory, there'd be the most volatility or orders there, you could assume. So, need to go down to a lower time frame. Can't sit. Actually, no, I want to talk about the 6 a.m. open. So, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is the one that was taken, the Tuesday low, and is also a London session. 6 a.m. opens, and it is the retracement candle. So if it starts rejecting, well, then I would expect 10 to be reversal or an intermediate time frame kind of reversal. It's not a full blown reversal because it's off of the retracement. It'd be a continuation on the higher time frame. Okay, that's everything broken down. We got to dive into the lower time frames. Okay, go down. So, what are we on here? Shit, what time frame did I go to? Oh, that's the hourly. So, on the hourly, one thing that stood out to me was there is SMT with Asia highs, which I'll keep marked out because it's still valid. It's just a little bit different to an SMT. The only real imbalance that we have in kind of near equilibrium is this 15-minute gap here. So it's not the craziest imbalance in the world, right? That move in the overnight session was 350 points, and then obviously we get that 350 points right back to the upside. But that doesn't make me bullish yet.
I wouldn't be longing today, I don't think, just because of the weekly profile. I don't want to be trading against an established high of the week.
Exactly.
So longs for me are off the table today.
Very valid.
And if there's no shorts, then that's fine. It's no trade day. It's also an inside week. We've been trading with this entire week. We've been trading inside of Friday's range.
But it is pretty hard to, not trade when you're. It's a 1,200 point, whatever, 1,600 point range. 15-minute internal sweep right here, right? We've got this little internal 15-minute imbalance, which would hold little to none significance if we got any movement lower because it's so small.
Yeah, so we do the PD Ray SMT with YM at that 4 hour. I do like that.
Yes.
I'd want to see us start to.
We have 62. We have 62 lives.
Yeah.
That's like 4 months of live streaming. We've been live streaming for 5 months, guys. 4 months.
There's no way it's been that long.
Well, it's 62
When
videos.
when did we start this?
62 videos. There's 15
I guess
trading.
we started in like summer, so yeah.
There's 15 trading days in every month. Is it 15 or 20?
20.
Why am I thinking 15?
3 months.
Yeah. Well, 23 months, but then it would be 4 months because there's definitely days we take off and right. Like we would take weeks off. We've taken a week off a few times, so that's definitely getting rid of it. So with that opening manipulation, right? If I could classify that as a Judas swing, I'd be looking for my shorts here. We kind of have a internal on the 1 minute. It looks like a AMD. I would definitely point that out. Accumulation here, manipulation, and the expected distribution. If we got equal lows, I think you've got some equal lows right here that we're plummeting to.
Yeah, so for a short, trying to think here, what would, like, obviously you're not going to want to wait for that hourly to get inversed.
Oh, frick no.
That's not going to work.
I mean, I'm looking at the 3 minute change instead here.
I'm going to be waiting until I want to see how YM reacts off that high because it is the more bullish one. If YM's going to continue to pump through the 4 hour, then NQ's probably going to reach up into it. Not expecting it to, but I'm just going to wait for YM to build a little bit more structure. Do really like that SMT though. London's low. Still intact. Looks good.
I'm getting in a micro on the 3 minute change in state here. Okay, sold one right there. Yeah, 1 micro. That's my stop loss. Like literally can't. Like that's full size. That's wicked. I like that 3-minute change in state. I
Yeah,
really,
we have like 70.1 minute candles. That's crazy.
really like that 3-minute change in state. Oops. I also like these equal lows. Right there, we have them at. They are a measly 40 points lower, which in this market is very close. So ES got this 5-minute change in state, or 3-minute change in state too. Now I would want to see, I guess I can mark it out to visually represent it, as we also traded to it to the tick. Ooh, no. There. So we'll put that. I guess I like it there. To the equal lows, I guess below those equal lows, I'd be going to break even. But I'm watching for the move to the London low. That would be my TP. My TP. Oh, we've got, if I go to the 4-hour, we have the 4-hour imbalance down here we're holding.
We did just tap the 3-minute change in state as well. Like to the tick, pretty much.
The 3? You said 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was legit to the tick.
So good reaction off the hourly.
Oh, it was not to the tick. It didn't actually get to it.
It did?
Nah,
Okay, well, it did on the micro chart, so.
I'm actually not doing a break even. I'm just trailing my stop loss here. I'm just trailing it to the rejection block, which is here. That is very valid for me. 1 micro baller recently. The volatility's been so whack, man. Like, I mean, for this trade to play out, I guess it's a 300-point trade, so. I feel very uncomfortable holding 1 micro for 300 points, but that's the name of the game recently. So it's making me do that. Actually, Graydon took a trade on ES yesterday.
It was a break even. I entered and it pumped like, I guess it's not the same as NASDAQ, but equivalent move on NASDAQ would probably be
14 points.
14 points, okay.
I think I remember reading it as 14 points.
Yeah, it pumped immediately after I entered, and then I went to break even. And then it took all the highs and then retraced on me and stopped me out. NQ was failing to reverse off of the previous day's high at that time, so I was expecting ES to catch up and take it. But then the NQ ended up forming the reversal structure, and then that's the short that I took.
Yeah, so once we get good displacement through that low, that's trading into the 15-minute bounce. So that's a good going to break even there for me once we get through that. But yesterday, like when we started last year, I was like, yeah, I'll talk about yesterday. Yeah, got stopped out at break even to, it was a point, no, not a point, a tick above my fill price. That's where I got taken out, 1 tick, and then it continued to run. And then it continued to run from my entry, like 300 points. So that was unfortunate. It was extremely unfortunate. So I guess do a little bit more analysis here. We have this 50-minute close. Off that 50-minute close, get a little bit of a wick higher. That's good. I want to start seeing it rotate lower. The 5-minute also closed there. Nice big down candle close, right? ES has also got those equal lows. They're relative equal though. ES actually took the one, but NQ left them as equal lows.
think you might actually hold this 4 hours still.
I looked at that. What are we doing here though? What have we got here? What is this? These 1 minute candles are insane. Look at these. They look weird. Very flat right now. Very flat. I don't know if this is going to run 300 points to the downside.
I'd like to see us displace through those equal lows. Start to form like get some nice 50-minute closures through there.
Well, I am definitely searching for this thing to drop into the 15-minute gap, which would be the bullish fair value gap below those equal lows. So,
Yeah, nothing's traded into it yet, so something should. And NQ is the more bearish. Or was the more bearish, I guess. Still holding that hourly, I guess.
okay, so got 3 points away from that break even there. Okay, I'm taking out a break even right there. Not break even, sorry, I'm taking out for a half size loss. What's this? I just didn't want to see it trade down lower and fall short of these equal lows right off of the bat. Was looking for it to trade into the 15-minute imbalance there. So right now what I'll be doing, because just took the stop loss, but also because 10 a.m. is coming, is waiting. So I'm going to watch the next 10 minutes play out here. I would assume that trading here, we would go to the internal high. So takes that internal high. Maybe we'll form some form of internal SMT, and then potentially 2C 10 a.m. continue lower, right? One of the big things, though, was I was looking at that 4-hour chart. I wanted this 4-hour imbalance to be held here. Did not hold it if we close up here. So I want it to start working lower and 10 a.m. to open with this having a decent wick to kind of confirm this SMT here with the Asia session high and also equilibrium with the initial reaction there. That's what I want to see. I'm still looking at it the same way. I want to see the internal range here to the external range of, I guess, London's low, but then the previous weekly sell side even. I want to see it work lower. So I got taken out right there, which was me trailed to the rejection block there. Funny. We get very close to the break even there. 3 points in a market like this. What's that telling me? That's definitely telling me we're going to come back to that level. I'm not going to be afraid to take another trade if it is banging for shorts. Got a very strong bias today. Can't really see anything on the upside. I guess we could work towards Asia high here potentially, and get into that 4-hour on NQ. Right, it hasn't got there. So I'm wondering if it's going to rally a little bit away from that sell side there. Right? Like I mean, it has rallied. It's gone up 150 points. But if it were to, trade into Asia session 4 hour, we'd be really premium right here. Right now, we're just back at the equilibrium. So, if I didn't have the trail, would have taken the full stop. Didn't want to take the full stop with that. So, good trail.
So now we have the SMT with the hourly gap.
It's just funny. We get
We're expanding off it.
3 points away from where I go to break even, then we reverse 150 points.
Yeah. Crazy.
Big size today. Really big size. Like I was saying, looks like we'll take Asia high, go to that 4 hour. I don't see longs valid. I mean, maybe you could be like, yeah, we trade to that hourly gap, and I'm bullish. I want to see it reverse from here and go to all-time highs. So I would just question that. I'll let it run. I'll let my bias be wrong today. It's gonna be like, what day was that? Yeah, if there's longs, I'm probably gonna miss out on them because, to me,
I mean, like this isn't what you want to see for continuation. Like we would have wanted to see us.
well, we have
trade
the
to
hourly
Tuesday's low. I'm talking like lower, like for the week. If we're going off the high of the week at the SMT,
Oh yeah,
for the lower move, you'd want to see Asia session either not go far, or if it does have large expansion, a retracement at open, not a 400 point move back into the premium end of the range.
oh, you're talking about. That's why you would invalidate shorts.
Well, I was just even coming into the day, I was like, I'm gonna be super cautious today because when you open up, dump 400 points, take a low, and then retrace 400 points back into the range, while being inside week, like this entire week's been inside of last week's range. It just looks like range bound conditions, right? Seek and destroy. If you look at like Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday took Monday's low, and then we delivered to Monday's high, and then we dumped to Tuesday low, and then now we're back in the range. It's just like take the high, take the low, take the high, take the low. So there we go. And CUNY is both traded to the 4 hour. Yeah, and I just didn't want a long because Tuesday's low got taken on all three of the assets, so there's no SMT there. So I couldn't frame it. Plus I had a high of the week framed on Tuesday, so just goes against the weekly profile. I mean, unless you classify the weekly profile as seek and destroy prior to this rally. Now, do I think we go to yesterday's high? I wouldn't think so. We might just, maybe reject a little bit off this 4 hour, but I'm not really expecting us to get a move all the way back to London's low, because that would be pretty crazy. I still want to see that previous week's low get taken though before we go back to all-time highs. The Trump low.
I don't think I want to go back to all-time highs.
I mean, ideally, we do reject off this 4 hour and see lower to London's low and previous week's low. Not today, I don't think. 800 point move today. Don't think that'll happen. But maybe early next week, because we had no news this week, and we still had some of the most volatility we've had. Sorry, I should say planned news. We didn't have any planned news.
It's tariff volatility.
Next week we only have red folder on Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no red folder.
Hopefully we'll keep riding the tariff volatility.
Yeah. Holy man, last week of October is packed.
Yeah, it's a very spooky time.
So we have NFP and unemployment claims on Monday. We have FOMC Wednesday. And then we also have PPI, unemployment claims, PCE on Thursday. Oh, no, I was mixing Thursday and Friday. We have PPI and advanced GDP on Thursday, and then we have PCE on Friday. But there's lots of red folder. And it's not just one folder, it's stacked up. So there's 4 red folders Monday, 3 Wednesday, 6 Thursday, and 2 Friday.
It's gonna be like a minefield, dodging it.
Well, they'll all come out at the same time. Some of them are tentative, so I mean, if they finally drop, it'll all be. I think they'd all drop at the same time, so it'll just be like a stacked up.
Well, if they end the government shutdown before that last week, then yes, they'll have that news. Otherwise, I think they'll just push it back.
Yeah, but I'm saying like once they finally drop it, it'll just be like weeks of the data dropping at once. So it'll be like bullish and bearish news coming at the same time, and then I think it'll just be whipsawing. So we'll see. That'll be interesting to see.
They'll use it as a cover to secretly like dump it, millions of points.
I wonder if they have a planned time to go back, the government, because as soon as you go into November, nothing's tentative anymore. I mean, unless they move for next week's data. No, not next week. The last week of October. Unless we move that data to November. So we have 30 seconds until 10 o'clock opens up. So I have a new 4-hour candle. Looking at the 6 a.m. candle, it pretty much just opened right after taking London's low and expanded almost 400 points. So if we're going to get a move lower, I would expect the 10 o'clock candle to open, take the 6 o'clock candle's high, probably form SMT. Because we got rid of the SMT at the 4-hour gap, right? So now I need some sort of manipulation, which would be above that candle. So I'll mark out the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle high, and then see if we get a manipulation of that. Ideally, we see NQ or ES take the high, not YM, because YM was the more bullish out of the 3. So that'd be a good strength switch.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, got back from the bathroom. I'm just seeing some stuff play out. And Nasdaq loves to make the stop losses unbearable. Absolute banger of a 100-point stop loss here. I'm gonna
You're shorting this?
hold. Whoa. I'm gonna hold on, is what I was gonna say. Jumped to conclusions. I'm holding on for a few seconds, minutes even. The stop loss, I just said, is unbearable. I literally don't think I could take a 100-point stop loss. It just hurt knowing that all of my good trades are about 100 points. That's just the volatility of today, though. No, I want to see, I guess, now this inverse. Hold. Like if we were to deliver from the bullish 5-minute gap right here, if we're delivering from that, why would I be shorting? So there's no need to jump to conclusions. However, time-wise, very good time to reverse if it was going to, but the 4-hour candle, I might add, looks quite bullish.
I said I didn't want to see the 6 a.m. candle high swept just because there's no SMT anywhere.
Yeah.
So I want some sort of manipulation before we get shorts.
I really wish, if let's say the market's bullish, right? I wish we would have taken the equal lows and gotten 3, 4 points lower.
All right, so like I mentioned, YM was the more bullish one, so I wanted to see NQ take the high. NQ is the closest to taking the high. So ideally, see NQ take it and then get the reversal structure. That'd be something I'd consider taking. If I do take it, I'd probably look to take it to probably just the hourly low from 9 o'clock, the 9 o'clock hourly low. NQ just fell short of that high by like 5 points.
I really wish we took those lows. Not even because I'd be at break even, but because then we would see maybe the true picture.
I mean, if there's a short now, there's a good target.
Definitely. But the thing was the hourly fair value gap was there. But because of the structure at the highs, I don't really want to see it go higher. I want this high taken like you want, and a dump here. But you're like, we're moving hundreds of points in so short time. It's insane. Like, we've got, 10 minutes. We moved 200 points up, 100 points down, 100 points. Like, our opening range so far, from the low we put in at open to the high up here, is 220 points. Like, it's massive. Like, I could short when we take the high and ride it down to the low and have my biggest point trade ever. 220 points. So if I did another trade, it would be a little bit de-risked, I'd say. Well, it'd probably end up being 1 micro, so whatever risk that would get me at the time. Man, inflation's buns, bro. 1 micro used to be like $60 stop loss. Now it's freaking $200. I think that's what inflation is. Take the high, bro. Take the high.
Oh, there we go. Took the high.
Good. I was thinking we'd go lower without taking it. Can it hold S&T here, though, and not invalidate it? I think it will have S&T with YM regardless, but
Yeah, and if YM disregards SMT and just starts displacing higher, then I would expect that to be the day. See if ES takes it or if ES remains below it. Okay, ES took it. See if YM takes it or not.
holy crap.
Just pumping. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take a trade today.
Oh, it's a lot of movement to the upside. There's no S&T at the internal high anymore.
Yeah.
Digging pretty deep into that 4-hour imbalance. What it is looking like is a kind of a replay of, I don't quite remember, but someday last week. It was bearish and it just kept doing. Actually, that was right here. We just ran right through it. So interesting, very interesting. I suppose we'd go to previous day high now. Crazy.
Okay, so they all took the high. There's no SMT. Now we're starting to get a retracement. Actually, there's that. Wait, Wyman didn't take that. There's that 15 minutes swing high inside of the 4 hour. But I don't think Wyman took that. He put equal highs in. Yeah, put equal highs in.
One of the reasons it'd be quite a lot of fuck. One of the reasons I couldn't flip bullish is because of the 4 hour balance. I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, I couldn't hop in along up here.
Like higher time frame. We're still bearish.
If we had traded to this 15-minute bullish gap, because the hourly, sure, but the fact that the hourly was formed and then the real imbalance, in my opinion, lies right within there. We fell short of it. I was suspicious of that. I am sure that we'll get something like yesterday, as this looks very similar. Very similar. Lacking, I guess, S&T at the previous day's high, of course, but regarding.
But I mean, when you look at yesterday was like a.
If you're talking about point-wise, yeah.
Yesterday was like a 200-point wick of the daily candle.
Yeah, if you're talking about point, it's irrelevant because we've already moved 200 points in 2 minutes. So
yeah, like we've done 400 points in each direction. So I'm not expecting a large daily expansion.
Well,
obviously.
depending on what you're classifying as large. If you classify 200 points as large, then I am expecting that.
No, like expansion. Like we're at pretty much at the opening price. I mean,
we're above the opening price.
We are above it, but we're not far off it.
Yeah.
Like we're 100 points off it.
I'm still expecting this sell model to kind of take effect here. That's what I'm looking at. Problem is, it's got very large stop losses, right? So up here, got this fair value gap we wicked into, held it, went lower. Also inversion there, so watching. I want to see if it's going to work its way through this imbalance here at 10.11. That's a good imbalance. On the other side, if it's going to just hold bullish PD raise, there's no longs for me. We're too premium, right? We're above all the opening prices of the day. We're above. We're premium on by every measure you could. Yeah, I mean, except for like a daily time frame. Sure, we're more discounted off of that, but this range, range from yesterday and overnight session, we're premium. It's equilibrium. We're up in a premium. Premium because we've pushed through this high here and here. I like these shorts to the equal lows though. We just got the 2 minute. No, we didn't get anything. I'm looking at the 3 minute time frame here. It's got a 3 minute inversion. Not hopping in on the 3 minute inversion, just watching how it plays out. So that would be the very early kind of smart money reversal entry. Very low risk entry. I guess that'd be that tap of that fair value gap, but this would be your first entry, but it's a little bit riskier in my opinion. It didn't even get the 3 minute inversion, so I'm not really classifying it yet. My confluence would have been the displacement through here than to see lower. I really like those equal lows for a target. I suppose I'd allow it to trade up above the internal high here if it was very quick of an internal manipulation. We've already had so much of it, so. So seeing a little bit of displacement off of that, holding that 1 minute gap there. Right, watching us. I want to see us work through, like I said, this lower imbalance, get that displacement here. So I could look potentially for shorts to the internal low here. I do like this. This feels very close to yesterday's trade that I took. Now we had that 5 minute yesterday, and then I ended up taking the close on a 3 minute candle change in state. Very similar trade. So yesterday, saw the retracement, took this right here. So displacement up, retraced, had the 5 minute inversion, closed there, stop loss internal. It's only a 40-point stop loss. So that'd be the 5 minute inversion if it happened, and the 3 minute close, which would be if we got in the next 3 minutes below kind of this price here. But it will be the 3 minute change in state and inversion this candle, but it's not going to be the 5 minute. But more importantly, this lower imbalance kind of I'm watching. It would need to get through this lower imbalance for me to start qualifying it. But here is the 3 minute change in state. Right there. I want actual displacement here. If it were to go lower, it's not displaced. I'm gonna close right there. Wait, did they get the inverse? Didn't get the inverse? Dude. Okay, you're kidding. Oh shit, I'm still in anyway. Guess I am.
What's the sign on that?
1 micro.
There's no SMTs, eh?
No. So my stop loss is at the 5-minute candle high. The 5-minute got that inverse, right? I was talking about that 3-minute change state, the 5-minute inverse. So I hopped in before we actually got the full close on that 1-minute inverse fair value gap because it was like so close to the close. So a little scammed on my fill price. But I'd like for it to actually form structure to get a potential add in here. Because currently I'd be holding it to a real far level. I do just like those equal lows though. So I'm gonna put the TP there and see if I can get an add in. Yeah, so now that we have that inverse right there, getting a little bit of a retracement, which is perfect because I might even be able to get in one. I would want to be adding one if it got to. I don't know if I'd add one. If I add one, I'm incurring another. I can't increase my size too much actually. I'd have to be adding one at my stop loss price minus 30 points. It's funny. I'm so bearish here that I'm gonna let this run to the weekly low. I'm so bearish here. I'll let it run to the weekly low. Oh, jeez. No, that's a joke. I'm glad you guys could take a joke. Watching this minute close because it's actually important. We've got this 5-minute potential change in state that I want to see. Actually, I want to see it become a change in state. Closing below that up candle there in 35 seconds. I'm gonna remove my drawings because they're coming to reality. So we got that 5-minute change in state right there. We are also below 10 a.m. opening price. Another confluence. We are also reversing. Kidding. Trade to that 5-minute change in state right there. When's a good break even here? Is it this low or is it like that's since I took the 1 minute inversion technically, but also I guess you could overlap it with the 5 minute inversion and 3 minute change in state. I really wish I had that 3 minute change in state, Phil. I don't know. I don't see that in the cards yet. You think I could? You think it goes to previous weekly low? 670 points lower?
Probably not. I think if
Never
anything, it'll just be
say
returning
never.
to the low from 9:30. Or
Yeah.
yeah, 9:30 kind of thing.
That's why it's labeled as my take profit, but I am jokingly letting it run. What if Trump tweets something about China again and it goes to 600 points lower? That's why my TP's my limit order is set at the previous weekly low, but my legitimate take profit's not quite there. I'm just gonna wait and see if I can get a partial or something out. So we're trading back up into the drum roll 3 minute gap, the closest one right there. Boom. That is limit sellable. That is a limit sellable 3 minute fair value gap. That's so opaque. It's so weird. On Top Step X, the candles are always behind the imbalances. But on TradingView, they're in front of the imbalances. See? In front, behind. It's like if I made it opaque, you can see it. If I made this opaque, you can see it.
Oh yeah.
See?
Yep.
So looking at this 3 minute imbalance here, I guess we would have the 1 minute inverse if we were going to continue lower. I do like this for now. I guess this would be the first stage entry, second stage entry in this scenario. Also, I traded to that 5 minute gap too. That's cool. Added one on that inverse. You're not trading today. You don't
No.
like those equal lows?
No,
I mean,
there's.
there's actual sauce right now.
I think well, like I said earlier, the most of the daily range, in my opinion, has been
Okay, what about
printed.
what about the next like?
There's no SMT at the highs, which I would need for my trade. Lime has equal highs too,
Okay.
and we're just range bound. I don't have like enough confidence in anything here. Yeah, equal lows are nice, and like out of any drawn liquidity, that would make the most sense. But just there's no SMTs or anything, so
There's not STs or anything. There's no nothing behind the trade.
yeah, I do want to see those equal lows get taken. That like if I have a drawn liquidity anywhere, it'd be that.
Stop loss is 2-minute candle above the 3-minute gap.
2 minute candle above the 3 minute gap. Both 3 minute gaps or just the lower one?
The lower one.
Okay.
It's not going to send it lower out of the equilibrium. It's not going to send it lower. So, looking at seeing if I can get to this internal low, the current 10 a.m. low. I think we've dealt enough at around the opening price and up there for a wick. Here's my stop loss to that internal low. Or internal high. Just not displacing. Is it rabid as I would want it. This will be my last trade. I'll be done trading after this one. So let's get the move down for the sake of continuing this this fun.
So you're gonna break even at the internal low.
This low here, to the 10 a.m. low, the current 10 a.m. low, just because it makes so much sense. Just once you get below the 10 a.m. low, to continue lower, and plus that would be up over an hour. So. To me, this looks like a great second stage distribution.
Yeah, so we're below the opening price of the 10 o'clock candle, which is nice.
Again, the break even is right here. This 5-minute close would be nice too. So if we could overlap the 5-minute close with also the 3-minute change in state. Actually, they're at different times. It doesn't make sense. There's my break even.
Here we go.
Slightly tight, but I'm expecting it to sell off aggressively. So I have indifference to the look of how tight it is. It's 45 points. That's generally a lot. I wouldn't want it to take this internal low and reject. So the same exact setup yesterday I took. It was really similar. I went to break even. It was at this high. It wasn't this this kind of prominent one. It was this upper one. So that's the slight difference here. I am just expecting it to completely sell off like a madman. I called it rabid. I want it to just be aggressive as frick. Where's that TP at? It's a full TP. I'm not holding. I'm letting it go right to that. And it's not quite at those equal lows because that's not required by me. I want just near that price. Actually, we'll put it at the equal lows. Well, we'll put it at the low that fell short of the equal lows. So as I measure this leg of price, if I were to break this down from equilibrium to this and that to the full, the low of the range should be quick. We should expand through there. Right, we look at this discount imbalance here. I want to see us get through that like butter. 5-minute candle's got a minute until it closes. So, reason I'm watching that 5-minute close is because there's this 5-minute upper imbalance here. I want to see where we're closing in relation to that and how much displacement we're getting on this candle rotating from that premium 5-minute gap. So it's going to be it's a pretty nice bodied close there.
Dodge is in your trade on paper.
Little sneaker. Which one? Up here? We should dodge he's in my trade. Are you talking about like legit my trade, like in here?
He's got a marked out just below. Yeah, pretty much same fill as you.
Yeah.
He's got a. Yeah, I think the same trade.
Mine's worse because I bought another one or sold another one. This makes me feel like my first trade. So good break even too because the placement of it's above those balances. So I wouldn't want to see us displace through there. So I really don't care what it does below that as long as it's not displacing through it. Just looking for it to aggressively dump here. And that's kind of what I want is the aggression. The slower it is, it's like, especially when you do stuff like this. Only reason I'm considering those kind of things is because of this imbalance here, which I was wanting to see it go through aggressively. So now what I'll let it do here, since we're trading to these imbalances, to then see us close below here, be good for the trade. Okay, it's looking like a break even, but I trust this break even. Can't get away from these break evens, tell you that much. Cannot get away. Yesterday took 2 break evens. Just a lot of break evens for me. Every trade I'm in feels like it's just giving it up right before it could just perform. Well, that's my trading for the day. So down half of an hour. I haven't been updating those in the
You know, if it's like yesterday, it's going to dump right to my TV.
It didn't stop you at to the tick, did it?
No. So we could go ahead and probably end the live stream because that was the two. I took 2 trades. Graydon wasn't going to take anything. Just up from yesterday, so we'll
Call the week there, probably. It was
call the
a slow week.
What?
Slow range bound week.
Not at all. Range bound, but not slow.
Well, like in terms of
I would-
trades.
In terms of trades, there was a trade every day except for Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday there was a nice long. Wednesday there was a good long. Thursday, it was a great short. And I mean today maybe was the only thing that I didn't really find out good. But I would say today, this week was a godly week. A really good price action in sense. Like if you had the right bias on Tuesday, you would have had a really good trade, A+ trade. Wednesday A+ trade. On both ways, both sides of the market. Thursday was good, right? Today was the only day where it felt lacking. Yeah, I guess maybe that's just the Friday aspect of it. But well, ending the week here, completely content with the result. I think I'm green on the week. Should still be green on the week. I should be green like $300, which is actually like more per account, is what I mean. I'm in the wrong freaking, that's why. Yeah, still green on the week, 347. Not bad at all. Even with today's loss booked there. But break even on the month pretty much, so slow. End the live because I don't see much window of opportunity left. And it definitely gave up the shorts there. Definitely gave them up. So we'll catch you guys on Monday, and make sure to watch the Twitters for updates, news, and trade recaps.
Like I swear that ringer gets louder every time it goes off. It just like rings. It's like that like echoing ring in my ear.
It's a piercing. 63 live videos. Wow. Okay, we will catch you guys on Monday, the collective.